Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Balqis Nazilia, and here I would like to explain about verb. What is verb? Verb are words that show the meaning of activities and conditions or circumstance. Type of verbs. For the first is dynamic and static verbs. The first is dynamic verb. Dynamic verb is verb that show activity. It's called action verb. For the example, run, walk, sing, read, type, bring, climb, jump, swim, eat, drink, drive, fly, etc. The second is stative verbs. Stative verb is verb that express conditions or circumstance. Therefore, it's also known as state verb. For example, love, hate, dislike, have, own, possess, know, forget, believe, become, etc. Gone for the second types is regular and irregular verbs. For the first is regular verb or beraturan. Regular verb is verb that have regular form, change in past tense or verb 2 and past participle or verb 3 by adding d or ed. Try to see in this table. For the example of regular verb is try. The verb 1 is try, and then the verb 2 of try is tried, and the verb 3 of try is tried. Why? Because try is regular verb atau kata kerja yang beraturan dengan menambahkan d or ed di setiap verb 2 and verb 3. And the second is irregular verb atau tidak beraturan. Irregular verb is verb whose shape changes irregularly in verb 2 and verb 3. Try to see in this table. For the first example is sleep. Sleep tergolong ke dalam irregular verb atau kata kerja yang tidak beraturan. So the verb 2 of sleep is slept, and then the verb 3 of sleep is slept. And then the second example is take. Take juga tergolong irregular verb atau kata kerja yang tidak beraturan. So the verb 2 of take is took, and then the verb 3 of take is taken. Irregular verb dengan regular verb itu tidak sama atau berbeda, di mana jika irregular verb 2 dan verb 3 of irregular verb tidak menggunakan atau tidak diikuti dengan d or ed. Gone for the third types of verb are transitive and intransitive verbs. For the first is transitive verb or kata kerja transitif. Transitive verb is verb that require an object. Furthermore, this type of verb is still further divided into two, such as monotransitive verb or berobjek tunggal and ditransitive verb or berobjek ganda. The example of monotransitive verb is they book a bag, and then the example of ditransitive verb is she told the problem to me. Gone for the second is intransitive verb or kata kerja intransitif. Intransitive verb is verb that don't require an object. Type verbs are grouped into two, such as complete predications and incomplete predication. The example of complete predication is we talk face to face, and the example of incomplete predication is he is handsome. The function of verb. There are two kinds of the function of verb. The first is ordinary or kata kerja utama and auxiliary or kata kerja bantu. The first is ordinary or kata kerja utama. The main verb is an indicator of sentence. Without an ordinary verb, the arrangement of words cannot be called a sentence. In other words, the existence of ordinary verbs in a sentence is absolute because ordinary verb contain meaning or meaning it, and this verb occupies the last part in a series of verbs. Based on its ordinary verb, sentence can be divided into two. The first is verbal sentence and the second is nominal sentence. The first is verbal sentence. Verbal sentence is a sentence whose verb ordinary is not a group of be. The group of be are am, is, are, was, were, be, been, and being. For the example is Farah has arrived here just now. Arrived is not the group of be. And the second is nominal sentence. Nominal sentence is sentence whose verb are in the group of be. For the example, David will be a good lecturer in psychics. Be is the group of be. Gone. For the last functions of verb is auxiliary or kata kerja bantu. In contrast to ordinary verbs, auxiliary verbs doesn't has a clear meaning or meaningless and meaningful. However, its existence is intended to assist in the formation of tenses, and in a series of verbs, auxiliary occupies the part before the last verb. For the example, Jim and Tom have been playing football for an hour. Okay, maybe that's all that I can explain about verb. And the last I say, thank you for watching and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.